I'm going to have to go get me another thumb drive. And I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get me a new beep for my truck. I'm going to get me a new thumb drive. And guess what? I'm going to find my truck. I'm going to find my keys. That's exactly what's going to happen. All right. So here's the question that only one student is on. And the first thing you're going to have to find is what? A. Because that's the only thing not what? Not given. So find it. What do we have here? We have this is the vertex. So this is our horizontal shift and our what? Vertical shift. It's also X and Y, right? So we can take this horizontal shift and this vertical shift and plug it in right here. So Y is equal to A times X, and what do we do here? What is the horizontal shift? It's -6, right? But we take the opposite of what's in here, right? So that would be what? +6. And we take whatever this is right here, and that would be what? -4. So we still can't find A because we've got 3 unknowns and 1 equation. So if you didn't quit here, reading it, what do you do here? Quit there because you don't know what to do. Well, you've already got this out of the way. What's the only thing else that's given? No sneezing, please. You got this guy right here. What is this? Well, this is X and Y. Y. So what do you think I'm going to do with that X and Y? Plug it in. -84 is equal to A times 4 plus 6 minus 4. And lo and behold, what's the only variable we don't have? Golly bum. So -84 is equal to A times 10 minus 4. And that can be written as -84 is equal to 10A minus 4. And the reason I put it in that form is so you won't break an anvil with a banana and screw it up. So why do you get rid of, how do you solve for A here? You add 4. That's why I put it in that form, because if I left it in this form, y'all would find a way to reinvent the wheel and mess it up. So I wrote it like this so you remember the pre-algebra rules and get rid of the 4 first. And you owe $84 and you have $4, so you still owe what? No talking. -80 is equal to 10A and divide by 10, and A is equal to negative what? Now you can take this and plug it in for what? Well, it says A. So plug it in right here. And that should give you, did I not do it correctly? I don't see A is negative. Oh, we got to finish. We got to plug it in. They want the quadratic. Don't they? Yeah. They want the quadratic. So we got to plug it back in and then we got to solve it. So go ahead and take this and plug it in and we'll do it on the next page.
You're not even squared at all?
Huh?
X plus X squared. You're not do that?
Okay, what are you talking about?
Like given the formula A, X minus A squared. You're not squaring between the two at all?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you got to. I would have picked that up in the next page because you got to do shortcut number. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's 10A, so that'd be 100A, right? You're right. Thank you. I suck. I know. I need to quit. 100A. Now, divided by 100, what does that come out to be? Let's see, that would be 80 divided by 100. So that would take that out, which is 4/5, negative 4/5. Negative 4/5. Now, they may want the quadratic equation, or they may want, it looks like to me they want the quadratic equation. So that means you got to put it in this form. So that means you got to plug in the negative 4/5 right here and do the math. Do the algebra.
Look in A on negative 4/5. That's 4/5.
Okay, yeah, you can, I guess. Because you know the answer. Hindsight's 20/20. So, but we're gonna go ahead and do it because I
No,
wanna
but
make
that's
sure, huh?
I worked out the problem code. And I was like, okay, I have this D, and I was wrong. So I was like, there you go.
We'll put the negative 4/5 right there. And I'll erase all of this stuff.
No, you're completely square on all the problems.
Well, you don't have to complete the square here. You have to use shortcut number 1 and then distribute the negative 4/5 and then add the negative 4 and you should end up with this. So y is equal
You
to,
didn't say we had to use it for everything, in your defense.
what?
You said in her defense, you said we had to use it for every problem.
No, I said whenever you see the words quadratic formula or you see factoring, I don't want you to use those. I want you to use completing the square. That's what I thought I said, but I'm sorry. You're right.
I was just getting.
I'll just leave. You want me to leave? I'll leave.
No, I need you to.
Miss
help me
Black,
with
will you
solution
teach the
sets.
class?
Sure.
What'd you say, Miss Love?
I said, I need you to teach me how to do solution sets.
Okay, well, we'll do that next. And that's going to give us y is equal to negative 4/5 times x squared plus, what, 12x? Plus 36, y'all check me, minus 4. And that's going to give you y is equal to negative 4/5 x squared minus, let's see, it'll be 60, be 12 times 4 is what? 48/5 x plus dang old 36 times 4 is dang old 144/5 minus 20/5. And that's going to give you y is equal to negative 4/5 x squared minus 48/5 x negative 164/5. What'd they get? The correct answer, of course. And you feel good about yourself. Question. Does that help you out? Did you send me a question, Miss Ugg? Yeah, send it so I won't have to go look for it. Let's find my handy dandy emails. Probably logged me out already. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I got my second acceptance letter. I'm sorry.
From where? Forest College?
No, Francis
Where?
Marion.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's a nice college. And it's near the beach.
Yes. It's like.
That way you'll fill
like
out
time
the
in
first
life.
semester instead of the second semester. You'll fail the first semester instead of the second semester. Usually when you go to a non-beach campus, you fail out the second semester. So if you go to a beach campus, it cuts it out half the time, so you'll fail out the first semester.
I'm not gonna fail.
Yeah, I'll see you back. I'll see you back here after the first semester. I'll see you back here. That's all right. Yeah, I will.
I'm doing big things. with
You'll
my
be
life.
in, I think you'll probably be in, Parks and Recreation when you come back.
No.
Yep.
Look, biology's hard, but
Just make sure you get calculus under your belt before you leave.
yeah.
Yeah, you need to have that under your belt. All of y'all need to have it under your belt. I hope this thing works. Is it working? Yeah. All right. Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Math 110. Loser. This is 3.3, number 17. Oh gosh, you're on 3.3. Everybody else is finished. Use the quadratic formula, which I say don't. Use the complete the square.
To solve the equation.
There you go. Good job.
What number was that?
I don't know.
17.
I don't repeat myself. Whatever. Right? You're supposed to say whatever.
Whatever.
No, she's supposed to say. That's what she said that time. I said, I'm not going to answer any questions. She said, whatever. Okay, y'all in a pissy mood today. All right.
I'm really curious how that twin guy that's in our class got my number.
What?
That twin guy, he's not here today, but he texted me over the weekend and was like, hey, when is Hubert's test? And I was like, dude, it hasn't given us one yet. But I don't know how he got my
What
number.
when? What are you talking about? Where?
He's not here today.
Where
Why
does
would
he
I
sit?
talk about him if he was here?
Where was he sitting? Where does he sit?
He usually sits in the back and has a Mac.
I don't know anybody that sits back there. Miss Black, you know anybody that sits back there?
Every now and then he's here.
Oh, he like comes like every 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't know who he is. X squared minus 3x
Maybe it's on the
plus blank is equal to negative 10 plus blank.
9/4.
Good job. Half of 3 is what? 3 halves squared is what? Miss Doug?
It's 9/4.
And that's shortcut number 3. I'm sorry, number 2. And that's going to be what? Negative 44.
Is it a minus sign? Oh.
Minus 10.
Oh, I got that.
All right, finish it out. Vertex and x-intercept.
How does that help me with the solution set?
Hold on a minute. Somebody else. Whatever.
We're all in this together.
Hmm?
We're all in this together.
Got about,
Miss Black, you awful quiet back there. What's up?
I'm always quiet.
I know, but you're more quiet this morning.
I'm sorry.
You must be working on English or something. You working on math?
Of course.
Oh, usually people don't work on math in here. Usually they work on everything else. All right, the vertex is 3 halves. Now, does the question ask for the vertex? No.
No.
Then why is Hubert finding it? So you'll have it if you need it when you're graphing it. It's a routine that you need to get into.
plus we get extra.
Yep. Good job. Negative 40 plus 9. I owe $40. I have 9. I owe what?
31.
There you go. 31 ninths. I don't know where the 9 came from, but let's get 4. And there's your vertex. Now we're going to solve it. So x minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to negative 31 fourths. Do we have x-intercepts? No, we do not. So your solution set is null and void. But
Is what? that.
But do some teachers and some tests and some want you to write it in terms of I. Yes. So you have to remember to write it in terms of I. So this tells us,
Hey,
yes.
I thought you only had no intercept, x-intercept is the a from the x negative. The a is one.
What can you not take the square root of? Or what's the next step of solving for x? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You were talking under your breath. What'd you say? Take the what? What's the next step in solving this? You don't remember? Okay. Whatever. All right, so we're going to go to the next page. And, of course, it's not going to let me do this. Really? Really? It's not going to let me. All right. X minus 3/2 quantity squared is equal to what? Negative 31 what? Fourths. So take the square root of both sides. And that's going to give us x minus 3/2 is equal to the square root of negative 31 over 2. And that's going to be x is equal to the square root of negative 31 plus 3 over 2. And now we're going to focus on the negative 31. We can't take the square root of 31, negative 31, so we're going to break that up. And if y'all forgot how to get I, it's the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 31 plus 3 over 2. And that's x is equal to I times the square root of 31 plus 3 over 2. Now, this is your answer. But there's several different ways you can write that answer.
Oh, bug.
What?
Right there. Please kill it.
Why? Why do you want to kill it?
Because that is disgusting.
That bug probably thinks you're disgusting. Right, poor bug. It's going to sit there and do the funky chicken.
I know, it's different.
Slow, painful death. It'll learn not to come in here.
Yeah, heaven forbid.
Seriously, that's gross.
I don't like it with them.
I don't like bugs.
I think y'all are on track.
I don't like
When you
bugs.
take a negative out of the square, it doesn't make it like 31i.
It probably does. I just haven't got there yet. Hold on, you just in a hurry. I don't know. Hold on.
We like to get straight to the point, we don't like.
I know. Y'all don't like dilly-dally, right?
No.
All right. I took the negative 31. I factored it into these two. Whoever asked that question. And then what's the square root of negative 1? Is that what you asked?
It wouldn't be 31i.
Well, you still got to take the square root of 31. You hadn't done that yet. And that's why I'm fixing to show you the different ways to write the answer. Because you can rewrite this. Now, most of the time, either on a, just come on in whenever you want to. Either when you're dealing with a different teacher or a different test or a different set of homework, this is the standard way of writing I. All right, this is the standard way. So if you are doing this problem and you write this down on my test, or you write it down on my homework, or you write it down while you're doing a problem for me, I'm going to say, that's fine. Because I don't see a difference, because plus, what is addition? Commutative?
Oh, so we read.
Don't say commutative. Because if you go to Clemson, you have Dr. Ruckle, which he'll be 127 probably next year. If you have him, he will go off on you if you say commutative. It's commutative. Anyway, Because I said community, and he just had theater. Let me think of what there they need. But anyway, that means 2 plus 3 is the same as what? 3 plus 2. In other words, it doesn't matter. But they want you to write it in this form. So, the way that you would write it in that form is to put the I over here. So you would write 3 plus the square root of 31. Make sure you put a little tag right there so they'll know that the I is outside, over 2. Now, that's still not perfect for some teachers, so you have to put it in, still, it's not in this form. They say it's not in that form because it's over a common denominator. So what you do is you do 3 over 2 plus the square root of 31i over 2. Now this is the proper way of writing it for someone who cares about this. That's the proper way. Now, could you also change this into decimals? Yes, you could. But there's no sense in it because what? You only use the decimals to plot the what? The points. And in this case, you don't need to plot the points because there's no what? There's no x-intercept. So, but if you wanted to, it would be 0.67, or I'm sorry, 1.5 plus or minus what? Well, this is what? The square root of 36 is what? 6. The square root of 25 is 5. Between 25 and 36 is what? 11. Half of 11, square root of 5.5 would be the square root of 30.5. So 5.6. So 5.6 divided by 2i, which would be 1.5 plus or minus, what's half of $5.60? $2.78. About $2.80. 2.8 I. And that's your final answer in decimal form. I just did 5.6. So it might be 5.58 or whatever, I don't know, but I just did 5.6 so I didn't want to have to deal with decimals. So your answer will be off a little bit of mine because of whatever. What is the square root of 31? Somebody do it on the calculator. 5.56. Okay, so it is 5.6. Okay.
Well,
What is the solution set? There is no solution set because the solution set is a 25-cent word for what? What is this a 25-cent word for? X-intercepts.
So
You
what
need
do
to
I
write that
put?
down. Huh?
where do I put?
You're going to have to put this right here.
I did.
Okay, then it should be the answer. Now, it may be a little bit off because I did, hold on, where is my, okay, hold on, let me get here. Okay, this should be your answer. Now, make sure you put a positive or negative right here. Oh, or this is how you write it. On your answer, this is what you need to write. Try this. 3/2 plus square root of 31 over 2i, comma, 3/2 minus the square root of 31i over 2. That's probably the answer they want.
Do we put the I, like?
Put the I out
over
to the
2
side.
I, or 31I over 2?
Put 30 square root of 31 over 2 and then put the I to the side. Because they want the I to the side. Did that work? Just a minute. You're learning. Make sure you tell your dad that.
After the weekend that I've had with him, I don't think that's
Uh-oh, did y'all get in a fuss?
This is his thing. He wants me to go to Clemson, and I want to go out of state. And so we're having this problem of like, I don't want to be in state, but tuition is cheaper in state. So
Well, Francis Marion's in state.
I know, but I only applied there because he told me that he wanted me to stay in state.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
UTD in Dallas,
What's UTD?
University of Texas at Dallas.
I never heard of it. I mean, not. Why do you want to go there? Is there something there? Do
I
they?
have family in Dallas.
Ah,
And they have 12 medical schools in Dallas, or in Texas. It would be really great.
if I was going to go to medical school, you know where I'd go?
Emory.
Huh?
Emory.
Emory or Duke? That's where I'd go.
Okay, I would go to Duke if their tuition for out of state wasn't $58,000 a year. But it is. And my dad would kill me.
Why don't you just get scholarships?
I tried telling him that.
$58,000 a year.
Yeah, but you put Duke University on your dadgum resume. That's like
They're
putting
number
the
2
U.S.
in the nation.
United States Marine Corps on it. I'm kidding. That's good. It's like putting Boy Scouts on
I didn't get a student loan when you left there.
it. I just paid off my student loan last 2 weeks ago. It's like $8,000 and I paid them off. If I could just get my ex-wife married, then I would be set.
All you have is $8,000, I'm not equal that.
No. I have been graduated since 1994, December 1994, and I just have got them paid off.
How much is your student loan?
I don't even remember. I'd say somewhere around 50. But I could have went to a Title III school, K through whatever, K through 12. I could have went to a Title III K through 12 school and got it paid off. But I wanted to teach here. Not Henderson County, Track County. And I couldn't put up with the parents in K through 12.
What's so special about Tri-County that you learned?
I was a student here. And I didn't know how to add fractions when I came to Tri-County. So y'all think I'm kidding y'all when I tell y'all that, but I didn't.
No, but.
If it hadn't been for Tri-County, you would have another teacher up here talking about quantum physics, quantum mechanics.
Couldn't you learn that anyway?
Okay, yeah, Clemson, yeah. They wouldn't even accept you. Where else could I learn? I have no desire to go to Greenville.
You did just work there.
No, didn't want to work. Didn't want to go to Greenville. If I'd had a choice, I would have went to. Can't think of it. Down in Greenwood,
Landon.
Piedmont Tech. That's where I went. Lander probably wasn't even accepted. I didn't know how to add or subtract fractions. I didn't know. The only thing I knew how to do was add and subtract numbers. Y'all can't. Some of y'all can't fathom that. I couldn't.
Fractions are hard. Most people can do it. I can do it.
We're not even talking about pre-algebra. We're talking about basic math.
Yeah. I can.
I don't think you can fathom. All right, who's got another question?
I do.
Which one? Send it to me.
I sent you a bunch of questions like a week ago. And you didn't do any of them.
I did too. We did it after you
We're
left.
doing more solution sets. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go over your questions too. Next question I go over will be yours, okay? And you can feel good about yourself.
I don't know what
Well, you sent it to me, didn't you?
like a
You
week
said
ago.
you sent me like 5,000 questions. That's your exact words.
And a week ago.
What?
I don't know if this is big one too, but I don't know what's that.
I can't win.
We'll just have to do everything
Yeah. All right, this is number 18, the next problem.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. Let me do all y'all's homework for you.
else. Sounds good.
I just want to make sure that I have this. And right now, it's not
All right, first of all, you can't do anything with this the way it's written. You're going to have to get it in quadratic equation form. So, and just get rid of that crap because that k, you don't need k. What do you need? X. 4x times x plus 14 is equal to 14. All right? Get to it. Change it into a quadratic equation. Right now, it's not in a quadratic equation form.
All of them.
Okay, good. At least you're equal. 4x squared plus, I have no idea, 56 equals what? 14. And now you can put your blanks and keep going. 4x squared plus 56x is equal to, or you could just throw that x in there. You could just throw the x in there. You could just distribute the x and leave the 4 out. It's whatever you want to do. I don't care. Factor out the 4. You're going to get 4 times x squared plus 16x plus blank is equal to 4 times this. And I'll go over here and I'll take this out. And that'll be 4 parentheses x plus 14x plus blank is equal to negative 14 plus 4 times blank.
Where'd that little bit go?
Where'd that little what?
It's not there anymore.
What does it do? When you go to sleep tonight, you're going to get here chomp, chomp, chomp. And he's going to be chewing on your leg.
That's disgusting.
X squared plus 14x. What's 14 divided by 2? 7 squared is? Oh, 4 times 49. You can't do that in your head. You might as well use a calculator. Because 4 times 50 is 200. And 14, that's... Got it. Oh, I'm glad y'all had your... I'm glad you had your calculators. Huh? You tell me. Oh, you're right. It's positive. I don't know why I put a negative there. I guess because I wanted to make sure y'all were awake. All right, finish it. And go ahead and do the vertex, and y'all don't forget to sketch them now. So, that's going to give us 4 times shortcut number 1 equals negative 14 plus 196. Y'all check my math, because 4 times 50 is 200 minus what, 4? 196? So 14 plus 196, dang old 210. Somebody help me out. So your vertex is negative 7 and negative 210. That's your vertex. And x plus 7, quantity squared, is equal to, dang old 4 will go into 21, dang old 5 times 5, dang old 10, 2, right? 52. I'm thinking out loud. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to leave a fraction, because if you leave a fraction, it'll be easier to work. So 210 divided by 4, and you can break that down to 55, 105 over 2. So let's go ahead and change that to 105 over 2. And take the square root of both sides. And that's going to give me x plus 7 is equal to the square root of 2, square root of 105 over 2. I went ahead and rationalized the denominator, which will totally confuse half of y'all and probably send you into a tailspin.
I thought it was
Into a
the square
ditch.
root of 105 over 2.
Yeah, square root of 105 over square root of 2. Can't have a radical in the denominator.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I'm saying
you-
up top where you get the square root of
Okay, let me go back right here. That's the square root of 105 over the square root of 2.
2. It's not
And-
like what we did all the time. I just put the square root of 105 over just 2.
You can't do that. When you put the whole thing here, unless this is a perfect square, you can't do that. If it's square root of 4, yeah, then it'd be 2. But when you take the square root of 2, you can't just say 2. You've got to do this. You've got to multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. And then you have the square root of 4 on the bottom, which is 2. Rationalizing the denominator. And what is 7? 14 over 2? So, so that's going to give us x is equal to the square root of 2 times the square root of what? 10, let's do 100. Let's see, 100 and the square root of 121. Half, let's see, that's 21. Half of 21 is 110.5. And we want 105, so it'd be what? 10.25, 10.3. Somebody check me. That'd be 10.3 minus 14 over 2. I'm trying to find the x-intercepts. I could care less about the radicals. And that's 1.4. X is equal to 1.4 times 10.3 minus 14 over 2. And that's going to be a positive and a negative because of the radicals. So, let's see. 1.4, let's see, 10 times 1 is 10. And then 0.4, that'd be what, 11.2? Somebody check me. X is equal to positive 11.2 minus 14 over 2. And 11.2 minus 14 is going to be negative 25.2. Negative 25.2 over 2, which is equal to, I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. I did negative. Yeah, I did the negative. That's okay. And then positive 11. It's $11.20 minus, so you owe So you have $11.20, you owe 14, you still owe what, 1280 or 280, 2.8? That'd be the negative 2.8. Y'all check me. Over 2. Well, you don't have to check me because when I sketch this out, it's gonna, and I'll go back and give you, don't answer the question yet, Ms. Zug, because we got to do an exact answer because we got to do the solution set. So we'll do an exact answer in just a second. So half of 25 is 12.5. That'd be 12.6. That's negative 12.6 is one x-intercept. And negative 1.4 is the other x-intercept. So let's see, negative 7, negative 210, negative 7, negative 210 way down here. What's my y-intercept? Well, if we plug in 0 for x, this whole thing, let's see, 0 plus 14, that's 0, that goes out, is equal to 14. Be negative 14. Somebody check my math. Be right in here. And then we got negative 12.6, which is way over here. And then negative 1.4. Uh-oh, we got a problem. Something's not right. Something is not right. So we got something wrong. How do you know something's wrong, Hubert? Because you can't have an x-intercept right here, like that, and not have a what? Not have a y-intercept right there. You can't have it. So something's wrong. Huh?
Maybe it's exposed out because of that.
No.
You can connect.
There's
those
something
dots.
wrong. Y'all check my math. Either that, this x-intercept is wrong. It looks like that x-intercept is wrong, but I don't know. Somebody check. What's 11.2 minus 14?
Negative.
Okay. We'll check the other one. Negative 11.2 minus 14. Somebody check 10.3 times 1.4. Check 10.3 times 1.4. How much? So it is. I was wrong right here. 14 point what? 14.4. So I knew something was wrong because it didn't match up. So 14.4 minus 14 is 0.4. That'd be 0.2. So there it is. I knew it'd be on that side. And then negative is 28, and half of negative 28 is what? Negative 14. So, okay. Now, there's your parabola. And let's go back to the exact answer right here from Ms. Zug. And that's right here. And I'm just going to erase everything and go back to there, and let's write it in terms of radicals because that's what they want probably.
I don't know, I've got something stuck on too that's really hard.
Okay, 4, x plus 7. I had group therapy on Tuesday nights at 8 here.
Because I'm
2
doing
tens, yeah, group over 2. And then take the square root, and that's going to be x plus 7 is equal to square root 2, square root of 105 over 2. And that's going to be square root of 210. And you can leave it as 210 if you want to. I don't know if 210 is divisible by a perfect square. We'll worry about that in just a minute. X is equal to the square root of 210 over 2 minus 14. So that's minus 14, all that over 2.
Where did you get 14? Alright, so you can put it all over 2?
Yes. What? Did I what? Yeah. Square root of 210 minus 14 over 2. So 210 is divisible by 2. So that means we might be able, 4 will go in there. No. I'm trying to think of a perfect square. 16, no. 9, no. No, I guess that's it. So you need to type in x is equal to the square root of 210 minus 14 over 2 and negative square root of 210 minus 14 over 2. I don't know if that's the right answer or not. I'm going to just type in 3 and let's see what happens. Well, I thought I was. What'd they get? Look there. They got the same answer I did. And I don't care, they got the negative 14, but the reason they got the negative 14 is a plus 2i. I mean a plus bi. You're supposed to put the radical after the whole number, so it's not a big deal though. I'll take either answer. And I would take this answer. I would take this answer, and I would take this answer, and I will take this answer. And of course, I'll take the decimal form too. I'll take all 3. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. Capiche? So solution set means what? X intercepts. Means X intercepts.
In a real fancy looking way.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what a lot of mathematics is. High level mathematics is a lot of holding up your pinky. Putting on what? Remember the episode where SpongeBob went in Sandy's without a thing on? He was putting on what? Putting on airs. Technique. Putting on airs. And y'all think that's make-believe? Wait till y'all get out in the real world. You'll see it. People buy a $200,000 house, put on a half-acre lot, and they can't afford it. And they fuss because they never had any money. Why don't they have any money? Because they got champagne taste on what? Beer budget, Hubert. That's right, class. It's your parents' fault. Y'all never heard of that, have you? Huh?
Not that saying.
You are kidding.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Okay, just show you that I'm not crazy.
Go know what it means.
Well, I can't go there from there, so we'll pull it up in a minute. I think I'm going to give y'all a bonus question.
I know you can ask somebody if they got dental floss. You can ask them to teach you.
I think you about crazy.
No, it really hurt me.
All right, that's what you get for eating pancakes at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, my going back there is I was going to give me pancakes or something. Or not.
It must be them Doritos you mixed with it. Number 23, did we do this one? Okay, the heart rate of an athlete while weight training is recorded for 4 minutes. The table lists the heart rate after X minutes. Okay, first of all, this is a calculator question and a due on paper question. So go ahead and do the list for this one, and let's see what it looks like on your calculator. That means everybody do it.
No, the way I looked at it.
I didn't ask any questions.
No, all the numbers go up and then they go down. So I said the heart rate increases and then decreases.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes you can do this just by looking at it. Is it true we only get 2 days off for fall break?
Yeah.
It would be real nice if we got Friday off too, because Westside gets Friday off. My sister-
We don't have classes here on Friday, so,
I have lab on Friday.
well, that's not my fault.
This fall break should have been a whole week.
Just take it off. Just tell them you don't want to come to class.
Technically, I'm supposed to cheer out a game but I think I'm going to go.
Did West Side win? What is their record now?
They've won every game but two, and it was against Daniel and Woodmont.
I heard Hannah sucks this year.
Yeah,
They've lost every single game.
I hate to see any team lose every single game because we never was there because we went to the state every year, but I hate to see that. No matter how much I hate Hannah. No, I'm just kidding. I got a lot of friends that teach there. I don't hate Hannah. I hate some of the attitudes of the people there. But the holier than thou attitude.
What is fall break?
I don't know. I have no earthly.
Third and fourth.
Of what?
Third.
Thank God.
My birthday's the 3rd.
That means we'll have to have Krispy Kreme donuts that morning. Is that in here? Do we have the? Okay.
Someone that, you guys have balloons on chair.
I got a what?
I have balloons on chair.
Well, wait a minute. Miss Loves, when's your birthday?
March.
Miss Black, when's your birthday?
April 9th.
Okay.
But I'll be 18. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
I'll be 25.
Yeah, I'll be 20.
Okay,
I think I'll be 48.
I can buy a lottery ticket. I can do a lot of new things. Okay, I can vote.
Yeah, you can fight for your country, but you can't drink, which I think is stupid.
She can go to dance clubs like bars
And put a
and put the big
thing that
X
says, yeah, I can't drink because I fight for my country, but I can't drink. That's how screwed up this country is. I love this country, but it's screwed up when you can fight for your country. You can kill somebody legally, but you can't drink a beer.
Yeah, for guys who have to join the draft. We have to join the draft.
Yeah, but you can't drink. And you vote, but you can't drink.
So we're kind of adults, but not really. So
Kind of what?
We're kind of adults, but not really.
Yeah. You're adults, you can shoot somebody to defend the country, and you can vote to run the country, but you're not responsible enough to drink a beer. Think about that
I
for a
don't
minute.
think,
You sound very upset
Oh, it
about
pisses
it.
I
me
don't
off.
think you
But
should.
you're past 21.
It doesn't matter, I don't think it's right. If you're gonna raise the drinking age, then raise the age to go into the military. Can't have the cake and eat it too. The U.S. government can't have the cake and eat it too. They should raise today's age to 21, go into the military if you're gonna raise that drinking age. I don't
I
agree
would
with that.
think that they're thinking they don't want people in high school to be able to.
Don't think it should
My dad told me one thing about government. He says you cannot legislate what? Anybody want to guess what he said? You can't legislate morality.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Some of y'all are like, what the heck does that mean? Well, look it up.
be. Yeah.
All right, so we got a graph. 0 and 88. What is 0 and 88? Somebody tell me what that is. That's your what intercept? Your y-intercept. So that means you got something to start off with to do your equation. 1 and 112. 1 and 112. 2 and what? 120. 3 and what? 111 is right there with 112. And 4 and what? So what's this parabola doing? All right, so I don't know. The heart rate what? Then decreases. So that's your answer there. All right, you can work on that. I would highly suggest that you use this for all it's worth because it may help you out. Why? Because that 0 will do what? Will cancel out some terms. I don't know if it'll help you too much, but it looks like to me you can find A or C. You know that's C. So that might help you out. Know that this is the y-intercept, and this is what? It looks like to me that's the what? Vertex. I already showed you how to do it, so go ahead and do it. If you can't do it, just consider yourself a failure. And you should live in the ditch. Right, Miss Holly? And go into sociology. Can I reply to this message? What classroom is this? Thank you, ma'am. I bet. I agree, Miss Zugg. She don't listen. She was aggravated with the problem. That's number 23. 3.2. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're the only one on 3.2. Class, I'm sorry. I know y'all are all on chapter 6, but I have to keep going back. The only person that's on 3.2.
I have a question.
No, I'm not answering questions right now. You're supposed to say whatever. Whatever. What's your question?
If you have 4 plus 20, the square root of 23i over 16, can you cancel out the 4?
Is that this problem? Well, why ain't you doing the problem we're doing?
Because I do that.
Okay, well, I can't answer that question. I haven't done the problem. What was the question again? If you have so-and-so, so-and-so, I, what?
4 plus the square root of 23i over 16. And you cancel out 4 and 16.
But what's in front of the radical?
Of course.
There's no coefficient in front of the radical. Well, there'll be a 1/4 in front of the radical if you do that. Because there's a 1 there. You have to divide each one. Let me show you. Where's your problem? Which one is that one? Put a 1 right there. And you can put 2 here, a 1/2 here, and an 8 here. Okay. That's each one there. That'll be a 1, that'll be a 4, that'll be a 1/4 right here. That'll be, yeah. 1/4, 1.
But if this isn't right, then that's not going to be right either.
What is it? I don't know it's not right.
Because I put it in there. It's all right.
Let's do it. All right, here we go. Our vertex is 2, negative 120. So that would be, let's see, that's a positive 2. So that means our, the x minus what? X minus 2, quantity squared. And then what's 120? Plus 120, f of x is equal to a times that. Everybody agree with me? And now, I'll take this guy. Why am I taking this guy? Why don't I take one of the other ones? Easy what? Easy math. The 0 would be easy to subtract from. And the 88, I mean, you can't, that's the smallest number up here for y. I'm sorry, x. That would take, yeah. And 88 would be over here, I'm sorry. So the 88 is equal to a times 0 minus 2, quantity squared, plus 120. And that's going to be 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. So that would be 88 is equal to 4a plus 120 minus 120. And that's going to be negative what? 40? Huh? Negative 40 is equal to 4a. So a is equal to what? Negative 4, Hubert. Is that correct with our drawing? Yes, because of the negative. So now you can take that negative 4 and plug it in right here. And that's going to give you f of x is equal to negative 4 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 120.
88, but
Well, y'all, I asked y'all if it was negative 40 and y'all said yes. Y'all just set me up. Hold on, negative 48? Is it negative 48? Well, let me know. 88 minus 120. I realize how long it takes to put it to calculate. Huh?
Negative 32.
Okay, negative 32, so that would be what, 8? Negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8, right? So put your negative 8 right here. And that's going to be f of x is equal to negative 8 times x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 120. And f of x is equal to negative 8x squared plus 32x minus 32 plus 120. And that's going to be f of x is equal to negative 8x squared plus 32x. And what's negative 32 plus 120? I have no idea. Dang old, 88?
Yep.
Plus 88. I'm just going to punch in a 3. Let's see what they get. Oh, they didn't even take it all the way.
Wait, hold on.
They just stopped right here. That's right here. Or right here. They said the answer is this guy. Did you send me yours, Miss Zug? Oh, you figured it out? Well, then you're a winner. Still going to fail.
Okay, the domain of the, wait, go back. I have more questions. Okay, the domain of the function.
Domain is going to be all real numbers. Did it ask for the domain and range?
Yeah.
Just answer the
Questions
domain.
on
Okay, the domain, what's the range? Negative infinity to what?
120.
Dang old 120. Increasing from negative infinity to, what's the vertex? To 2, and from 2 to infinity, it's decreasing. All right, next one.
So what is it? Domain can't be all real numbers.
It always is. Yes, it is.
I just typed it in and said it was wrong.
Well, you must have typed in something wrong.
It can't be on the never was the drawer.
Okay, negative infinity, comma, positive infinity.
I typed it in both ways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's saying it's wrong.
Well, I don't know what the answer is.
It won't,
Huh?
it won't take you that way.
Well, what does it take? It's got to take some
It's
form
a-
of all
it's
real
a-
numbers.
It's numbers.
Huh?
It's numbers. It's like you put a parentheses and you get some number.
Hold on.
and then
Hold
you
on.
put like-
Hold on. Let me pull this up. I don't understand.
Was it-
I don't care what the formula is. It's going to be all real numbers. The domain of the function, interval notation, would be negative infinity, comma, positive infinity, close parentheses. I have no idea what the answer is. What?
Zero. Because there's zero.
Oh, I didn't read. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're right, I didn't read the question. The heart rate of an athlete while weight training is recorded for 4 minutes. I'm sorry. It always helps to read the question. 0 to 4. In other words, did they read it for 5 minutes? Did they read it for 6? No, so it's 0 to 4. Okay, let me take the roll, because I think it's about time to go, isn't it? All right, I want to talk to y'all about something for a minute before y'all leave, because I want to give y'all, it's time for a test. Yeah.